Have you ever felt like you're stuck in a cycle where opportunities just seem to pass you by? Like no matter how hard you try, they never seem to come your way? It's frustrating, right? Well, what if I told you that the real reason opportunities aren't showing up is because of something inside of you? Something that, with a small shift, can open doors to more opportunities than you ever imagined. To my unstoppable wisdom seekers and fearless life explorers, welcome to the Life Guidance Vault, where every insight is a key to unlocking a new path to growth, purpose, and transformation. If you're ready to turn your mindset into a magnet for daily opportunities, you've come to the right place. Today, we're diving into something powerful, something that has the potential to completely change the way you see the world and, most importantly, the way the world sees you. So let's get right into it. The first mindset shift that can completely change the way you attract opportunities is this: focus on abundance, not scarcity. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. What does focusing on abundance really mean? Well, let me take a moment to explain. We've all been there, right? The fear of running out, the fear of not having enough. Whether it's money, time, love, or success, it feels like there's a limited supply of good things in the world, and you have to fight tooth and nail to get your share. That's the scarcity mindset. It makes you feel like you're constantly in competition with others, like there's only so much success to go around, and if someone else gets it, you'll miss out. But here's the thing. Abundance is not just about having more. It's about seeing that there is enough for everyone, including you. When you start thinking in terms of abundance, you begin to see opportunities everywhere. You realize that there are limitless possibilities out there for growth, success, and happiness. Think about it. Imagine waking up every morning with the belief that everything you need, whether it's new connections, career opportunities, or personal growth, is already in motion for you. You don't have to fight for it. It's not a zero-sum game. You just have to open your eyes and allow yourself to see it. Here's a real-world example to help you see what I mean. Let's take the story of Sarah, a young woman who was struggling to find a job in a highly competitive field. She was applying to dozens of positions, but hearing nothing back. She was caught in that scarcity mindset, convinced that there were only so many good jobs out there and that everyone else was more qualified than her. But then, one day, something clicked. She realized that if she kept thinking that way, she would only attract more of the same, more rejection, more frustration. So, she shifted her perspective. She stopped obsessing over the jobs she wasn't getting and started looking at the ones she could create. She began networking more, reaching out to people, offering help and value to others without expecting anything in return. And guess what? It wasn't long before an opportunity came up, an opportunity that hadn't even been posted yet. Someone reached out to her, impressed by her initiative and positive energy, and offered her a position. That's the power of abundance thinking. It's about seeing opportunities where others see obstacles and opening yourself up to the possibility that there's always something better on the horizon. Now let's talk about the second shift that can change everything for you. Embrace failure as feedback, not a setback. It's a tough one, right? Because let's be honest, we've all been conditioned to fear failure. From a young age, we're taught that failure means we're not good enough, that we're not capable. And the fear of failure can hold us back from even trying. But what if I told you that failure isn't something to be afraid of? What if I told you that failure is actually your greatest teacher? When you begin to see failure not as an end, but as a lesson, an opportunity to learn and grow, everything changes. Suddenly, failure becomes something you can embrace, something you can use as a stepping stone towards success. Let me tell you a little story about Thomas Edison. We all know him as the genius inventor, right? But do you know how many times he failed before he succeeded with the light bulb? Over 1,000 times. Can you imagine that? 1,000 failures. But here's the thing, Edison didn't see those failures as defeats. He didn't let them define him. Instead, he saw them as valuable lessons, each one bringing him closer to his goal. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 1,000 ways that won't work." And that mindset made all the difference. So what about you? Have you ever let fear of failure stop you from taking action on something you wanted? Maybe it's starting a new project, launching a business, or even asking for help. The next time you feel that fear creeping in, I want you to stop and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Instead of viewing mistakes as something negative, try reframing them. Ask yourself, what is this experience teaching me? Because I promise you, there's always something to gain, even when things don't go the way you expect. And the beautiful thing about failure is that it's often the catalyst for unexpected opportunities. You may not get the result you initially hoped for, but failure opens doors you never imagined. It's in the moments of struggle where we find our true strength, our resilience, and our ability to pivot. Think about it. The most successful people in the world, your idols, your role models, they all experienced failure, but they didn't let it stop them. They used it to fuel their journey forward, and so can you. Now let's dive into the third mindset shift that will change the game for you. Shift from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. If you've never heard of a growth mindset before, let me break it down for you. A fixed mindset is when you believe that your abilities, intelligence, and talents are set in stone. You're either good at something or you're not. It's that belief that if you fail, it's because you're simply not cut out for it. But a growth mindset, that's a completely different story. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities can be developed over time. That means if you don't know how to do something now, it doesn't mean you'll never learn. It just means you're on a journey. A growth mindset encourages you to see challenges as opportunities to learn, grow, and improve. And let me tell you, once you adopt this mindset, everything starts to shift. Think about someone you admire. Maybe it's a friend, a mentor, or even someone famous. Do you think they were born with all the skills and talents they have? Probably not. They've worked hard. They've failed. They've tried again. And that's the magic of a growth mindset. It gives you permission to fail without the fear of being stuck forever. It makes you believe in your ability to grow and learn, no matter what. Let me give you an example. Think of someone like Oprah Winfrey. Before becoming the global icon she is today, Oprah faced rejection after rejection. She was told she wasn't fit for television, that her emotional style was a weakness. Can you imagine? Someone like Oprah being told she wasn't good enough. But Oprah didn't let those words define her. Instead, she adopted a growth mindset and kept moving forward. She kept improving, learning, and growing. And look at her now. She's one of the most influential people in the world. If Oprah can turn rejection into fuel, so can you. Now ask yourself this. When was the last time you approached a challenge with the mindset of, I can learn from this? When was the last time you saw a failure as an opportunity to grow instead of something that would define you? Remember, the journey to success isn't about being perfect. It's about being willing to learn and keep growing. When you shift your mindset to a growth-focused one, you stop seeing barriers and start seeing all the ways you can improve and move forward. All right, we're about to dive into the fourth shift that can completely transform the way you attract opportunities. Focus on the process, not just the outcome. Now, I know this one can be a little tricky. In a world where we're constantly chasing goals, achievements, and results, it's easy to get caught up in the finish line. We think that the ultimate prize, the promotion, the business success, the perfect relationship is what's going to bring us happiness and fulfillment. But here's the truth. It's the journey that matters more than the destination. When you focus only on the end result, you miss out on the lessons, growth, and even joy that happens along the way. The process, the day-to-day actions, is where you build resilience, creativity, and character. The outcome is important, yes, but it's the process that shapes who you become. Let me tell you a story about a man named Jerry Seinfeld. Yes, the comedian. Seinfeld is a great example of focusing on the process over the outcome. Early in his career, he set himself a goal: write new material every single day. It didn't matter whether the material was good or bad, funny or not. He just had to do it every single day without fail. And as a result, he got better and better and better. Here's the kicker: the outcome, the fame, the success, the accolades came much later. But Seinfeld didn't wait for the success to happen before he took action. He focused on the process, the little daily habits that eventually led to massive success. And that's the magic. So, let me ask you, are you focusing too much on the destination and not enough on the journey? Are you waiting for that one big moment? Or are you actively taking steps every single day that will get you closer to your goals, even if you don't see instant results? By focusing on the process, you shift your mindset from being obsessed with when will it happen to what can I do today to move forward. And that shift is what leads to sustained, long-term success. It's not about having a perfect plan. It's about taking consistent action. It's not about getting everything right all the time. It's about doing the work day in and day out. And trust me, when you make the process the goal, the results will start to follow. Now let's talk about the final mindset shift that's going to unlock even more opportunities for you. Cultivate a mindset of gratitude and abundance. This one's big. In fact, it might be the game changer you didn't even realize you needed. In today's world, it's easy to focus on what we don't have, the things we're missing, or the goals that are just out of reach. But let me ask you, how often do you take a step back and appreciate all that you already have? Gratitude isn't just about saying thank you or posting about it on social media. It's about a deep, internal recognition of how much goodness already exists in your life. It's about shifting your focus from lack to abundance. When you do this, everything changes. Opportunities begin to show up in places you never expected. Let me share a story with you about someone who exemplifies this mindset. Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. When Sarah started her company, she didn't have much. In fact, she started with $5,000 in savings and an idea. But instead of focusing on what she didn't have, like financial resources, experience, or support, Sarah focused on what she was grateful for. She was grateful for the chance to build something of her own, grateful for her creativity, and grateful for every small step that brought her closer to her dream. And guess what? That mindset of gratitude led to success beyond her wildest dreams. Spanx went on to become a multi-billion-dollar company, and Sarah became one of the youngest self-made female billionaires in history. So, I ask you this: what would happen if you stopped focusing on what you don't have and started appreciating what you do? What if you were able to look around at your life and realize just how much opportunity and potential already surrounds you? Gratitude shifts your perspective. It turns scarcity into abundance, and it opens your mind to the countless opportunities available to you right now. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, you can see everything that was always there. Start small. Every morning, take a few moments to reflect on the things you're thankful for. It can be your health, your family, your skills, or even the simple fact that you have the ability to pursue your dreams. The more you practice gratitude, the more you'll start to attract opportunities that align with that positive, abundant mindset. And as we come to the end of this journey together, I want you to take a moment and think about where you are in your life right now. Reflect on the mindset shifts we've just talked about, the way you're shifting from limiting beliefs to opportunities, from fear to confidence, from scarcity to abundance. Now here's the thing, none of this matters unless you take action. Your mindset has the power to change your life, but only if you decide to use it. I want you to imagine yourself a year from now, living a life full of opportunity, growth, and success. What would that look like for you? How would it feel to wake up every day with purpose, knowing that you're fully aligned with the person you were always meant to be? It starts today. It starts right now. The most important thing you can do is make the choice to adopt these shifts in your life. So I encourage you to take one small step today. Is there a challenge you've been avoiding? A decision you've been putting off? Maybe it's time to take the first step toward your dream, no matter how small. And remember, you're not alone. On this journey, you've got a community of unstoppable wisdom seekers and fearless life explorers here at the Life Guidance Vault, and we're all in this together. If this video has resonated with you, and you feel ready to step into a new chapter of personal growth and transformation, don't forget to subscribe to the Life Guidance Vault. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode filled with life-changing insights, practical wisdom, and motivational content designed just for you. Also, if you know someone who could benefit from this message, please share it with them. You never know how one simple mindset shift can change someone's entire perspective. Let's spread this positivity and empowerment far and wide. And if you haven't already, leave a comment below and let me know. What mindset shift resonated with you the most? What is one thing you're going to do today to change your mindset and attract more opportunities into your life? Remember, you're capable of more than you think. You are the author of your own story. And today, you're writing a new chapter. I'll leave you with this final thought. Life is full of opportunities, and the way you see them depends on the way you choose to see the world. When you shift your mindset, you unlock doors you never even knew were there. So, step into your greatness. Step into a mindset that attracts abundance, growth, and endless opportunities. Thank you for being part of the Life Guidance Vault family, my unstoppable wisdom seekers. You're ready for the incredible journey ahead. Keep growing, keep evolving, and keep embracing the life-changing power of your mindset. We'll see you in the next video.